Our issue in the EU is the EU is only taxing EU passengers. You know, aviation accounts for 2.4% of Europe's CO2 emissions, so 2.4%. 53% of that 2.4% is created by long-haul flights, and we exempt all the long-haul flights. So the people creating most of the CO2 emissions in aviation in Europe, which is the Americans, the Russians, the Chinese, and everybody else coming to Europe, are completely exempt. And yet we are taxing the hell out of our citizens in Europe on their short-haul flights.
Internal EU flights, is that right? So your flights to Albania are not affected. Or your flights now to the UK are not affected?
Even more bizarre, our flights to the Canary Islands for winter sun are paying the full ETS, which is about, I mean, it averaged out about €5 per passenger, per Ryanair passenger. Our winter sun flights to Morocco, right beside the Canaries, because it's outside the EU, are exempt. We're making flights to Morocco cheaper and penalising winter sun flights to the Canaries, because the system was designed by a Dutch...
Even though it's a duty-free zone and it's kind of semi-in and out of the EU when it's...
Correct. Like crazy stuff. I mean, I don't know, like, look, we accept... I think nobody would argue as an airline or our pilot. Everybody accepts that we should, if you're flying, you should make your contribution, or there should be some fair environmental tax. But everybody should pay their fair share. And it is unarguable that the richest people coming here on long-haul flights to Europe, who create the majority of Europe's aviation CO2 emissions, are completely exempt. Pay your fair share.